Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. So you can see we're pretty much in about the same position we were. Motor is out of the Noma now, so that's gone. Dash is out for the most part. There's a couple things I got left to remove. Some of the stuff I'm just not worried about. Removed all of the rubber undercoating from back here, or the sound dampening mat. I gotta finish up with the adhesive that's left back there. I got the transmission laying over there behind the welder. So right now we got rusty floor pans to deal with here. So we got a good size hole down here to deal with. Actually a really decent size hole. And on the other side, it's not quite as nice. The actual pan itself, the firewall on that other side needed to be fixed. On this side, the pan is pretty hatched. So we'll be patching this in. I'm gonna pull this wiring out of here. I don't need that. That was for seat belt and airbag sensor. So we'll get that out of there, get the shift cable out of here that we don't need anymore, and then we get to fix some holes here and see how bad all this really is. And then underneath the mat here, see we got another hole down there we got to fix. So we'll get all this fixed up. I want to see how bad all this is, so I'm going to take and wire brush this, make a little bit of a mess in here, but that's okay. We'll get all this rust off here, see how bad the floor really is, see if we actually have to deal with finding a patch for it, or if we can just patch it up. Excuse me. So that's where we're at right now. We got the dash out. Like I said, back window is out. That was a pain in the butt. Ended up taking the Sawzall and cutting out with the Sawzall. Didn't break it, but it's out of there. All the undercoating, I just grabbed a chisel and a hammer for most of it and got it off, got it out of the way. So that's where we're at right now. We're gonna keep on moving here. Like I said before, I'm not gonna really record the boring stuff. Pretty sure I said that anyway. But once we get into mounting the cage and everything, I'll start recording and recording more often and go from there. And ripping down this stuff is kind of boring, so see what happens. Yeah, so stay tuned. So I've gone and wire brushed this up. Turned out kind of how I figured. Unfortunately, not the way I wanted it to. So take a look here. I took the grommet out of there, but so we got more holes that showed up. This is just paper thin over here. All kinds of holes. That hole got bigger when I hit that with the wire wheel, so I don't know how far we're gonna have to go with that, patching that. My big concern is right here. So this is where the body mount is, and unfortunately this is where the cage mount would go too. That's where the the down bar for the front would go. So I'm gonna cut this out now and go from there. Alright, so I've made a little bit of progress, but not as much as I had hoped, and plans have changed, so we're probably going to try to get this out of the garage. Main hoop is in. I put outriggers in front of the body mounts. I used some 2x4 tubing that I had laying around, and the front ones I put in front of the body mounts as well. So the main hoop is in, the halo is in, and the front down bars are in. I had to cut out the steering wheel mount, brake pedal mount. I put all the factory wiring back in. I'm not going to patch the floor back together until after I get the rocker bars in place, which are not going to be anytime soon. Rear down bars are in. I cut the box out so that I could make it removable still. A lot of times you're going to put the box on before you put the down bars on. I just felt like this was probably the better way to do it for what I wanted to do. Because I plan on doing a different box at a later time anyway, probably a regular standard side instead of those step side, do a flare side. So that's where we're at right now. It took a long time to get to that point. So right now the plan is just to actually throw it back together. Take out the inner fender wells, figure out what I can do for seating with the cages, or the cage in there now. I don't know if the factory seats will fit. I got to change seat belts. I can't put the seatbelt bar in until I get my racing seats in. That's where we're at. I just figured I'd give you an update. Yeah, I didn't record as much as I wanted to, and well, that was because I was very confused on where I was going to place everything, because for NHRA spec, the roll cage has to be mounted to the frame. So in order to do that, I had to put the outriggers on. Being the vehicle has a full frame, it has to be mounted to the frame. So that's where it is. Gonna try and keep moving here, but videos might be limited. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna get back together and we'll go from there. So if you like what you see here, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. You can continue to see what's going on in here, and we'll hopefully get back to patches and get some other stuff going here. So any questions, just leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. Until next time, have a good one.